Hi, hello, good morning. It is now Boxing Day, and I just want to do a quick post and wish everybody a festive holiday. My throne, as I call it, and my AK office joke has changed slightly. My children insisted that I spent Christmas Day and Boxing Day with them as a family, which includes their dad, even though we're not together and we don't live together. Obviously, it wasn't something I wanted to agree on doing because of me living with bile acid malabsorption. So I feel a lot more comfortable if you've got to go to the bathroom, it being in my own home and not in somebody else's. So I did what I usually do. I made sure I took all of my medication yesterday before embarking on being at their dad's for Christmas. But sadly, I was just so ill with severe abdominal pains that I couldn't make it home. So I will aim to go home today, but at the moment I have probably been on the toilet now for, in total, about an hour. So sometimes it is great to have an extra pair of hands around to help with the children because they are still quite young. But at the same time, it's really embarrassing because we don't live together, we're not in a relationship, and here I am in their dad's bathroom, and the kids are still trying to get used to their mom having this illness, or aka disability, which means I do actually spend so much time in the bathroom that if I do have the opportunity to do anything or go anywhere with them, it's once in a blue moon, literally. I know there's been a lot of posts over the last few days, with it being the holidays, with people living with bile acid malabsorption, mainly on social media such as Facebook. And I think a lot of the posts have mainly been around what can we actually eat if we still want to feel like, it's not just a normal day for us and that it is Christmas, or, it's the festive holidays. Now, one of the problems with this condition is it does affect everybody differently. So I'm not going to say, oh, eat this or try that, because everybody doesn't always have the luxury of eating the same food. But one thing I did notice when I actually did manage to go shopping with my son was that even if you were vegan or vegetarian, a lot of food for people who are vegan or vegetarian seems to have nuts in. Now, I don't have a nut allergy, so I'm quite lucky, but it just kind of made me laugh that so much food out there, which is supposed to be for vegans and vegetarians, has a lot of nuts in it, like nut roasts, etc. And even the free from stuff, it still carries a lot of artificial preservatives and chemicals that, as far as I'm aware, like aspartame, can't really be properly absorbed by the body. And one of the problems with the medication that I've been prescribed is that it does contain aspartame and not sugar. And I try to avoid anything with artificial sweeteners or artificial preservatives in, because I find it can sometimes make my bile acid malabsorption worse. But then at the same time, what I found when I had gestational diabetes was how my diet had to change so that I wasn't producing too much glucose in my body, which could potentially harm my unborn baby. So it was funny how when I was pregnant, my diet changed to suit gestational diabetes. And then when I found out I had gallstones at 30, my diet then had to change again to compensate the fact that I had gallstones. And now my diet has had to change again to compensate the fact that I don't have a gallbladder and I suffer with bile acid malabsorption, which I strongly believe I've probably suffered with most of my life. When I was younger, they would say, oh no, it's not, it's IBS, irritable bowel, which can be treated with the right diet. everything can be treated by taking the right medication or the right diet, because prevention's better than a cure. So again, one of the things we are recommended to do with living with this health problem is having a low-fat diet. But by having a low-fat diet, what you then find is, in order to make food more palatable, there tends to be more added salt or more added sugar or more artificial sweeteners or more artificial preservatives to give the food some kind of palatability or flavour, or even spices. And with myself, what I have found is eating little and often has probably helped me the most. And just trying to avoid anything that I know is potentially going to cause me health problems. But to avoid fat in its entirety isn't something that anyone should be recommending, in my opinion. And I believe medically it can't be either, because your body needs so much fat, such as like omega-3 for brain development, and that's something your body doesn't produce. You get that from the food you eat. So again, you still need certain amounts of fat in your diet, but it's making sure it's the right type of fat to suit your needs. So I just wanted to basically, I know I'm waffling a little, to wish everyone a happy holidays as best I can, but also just to remind everyone, if they have this health problem, you're not alone. There are so many people out there with this disability, and I think more needs to be done about it. There needs to be more research about it. There needs to be more support out there. There's some support. There are charities that have been set up, but again, when you are housebound, as I basically am, like most people are with this disability, even if you are on medication full time, a lot of the charities, it's not like you could actually go to an event. So we are very much dependent on support from people on social media and through like internet support or phone support, as opposed to face-to-face. So hopefully this year coming, I'm going to try and do some more posts and some more research, and I'll be putting them on my Facebook page just to basically support people so that you know that you're not alone. And again, I can only talk from my own experience. I can't say, oh, I know how it feels for somebody else, because like with any illness or disability, it's how it affects you as an individual. And it's how you as an individual then learn to adapt your life and to live with this disability. But it's really difficult and challenging when obviously you have children to take care of, or, you know, who are still very much dependent on you because of their age. So I am relieved that I have had some support over the Christmas holidays. But at the same time, it's embarrassing that, you know, I'm having to blog from somebody else's house and somebody else's bathroom, when all I want to do is just go home and just be in my own home. But again, my children have a right to see their father. They have a right to see their grandmother. So both of them agreed that it would be easier if I kind of bit the bullet and visited them this year and not the other way around. But as you can see, I'm not with my family. And I think that's one of the hardest and most challenging things for people that have a long-term illness and disability. It's how much time this illness and disability actually takes you away from those that you love and care for. And it's that time that you never get back. And I guess that's what I miss the most, is that, you know, instead of being in the bathroom for like hours and hours on time with this condition, I'd rather be with my kids. And my son, he's 9 this year, and he's already said, oh, I want to go to here, I want to go there, I want you to take me out. And my biggest worry is that I'm not going to be able to do that, and he's going to grow up resenting me for not being the mom that I would like to be, and that's the mom that can spend time with my son and it not just be in a confined space, but actually taking him places and teaching him things and going to the places that as a child I used to go to. And I know a lot of people haven't been able to do that because of COVID. But with me, whether there was COVID or not, I still wouldn't have been able to have done these things because of my disability. So, on a brighter note, everybody try and enjoy the holidays as best you can and have an excellent new year. And please, if you want to post or make any comments, I'm more than happy for you to do so. And just know that you're not alone, okay? And if you need to speak to anyone at any time via email, please drop me a line. Thank you.